I'm sitting on a dock in the bay. Now, who sang that song? Otis Redding? I'm sitting on a dock on the bay, watching my... this here, over my shoulder here, over my port side shoulder, is what's known as a super yacht. That's it there, that grey thing. It's a beautiful boat. It's about, I think about 140 feet long.
Yeah, something like that. It was 31 metres or something, I don't know feet.
31 metres.
31 metres.
Well, that's about 130 feet long, I think. Anyhow, that's what it is. That's a super yacht. But as we said earlier, you wait. I'm going to show you a mega yacht. We won't show you yet. We'll surprise you. A mega yacht is a yacht that they say is either over 3,000 tonnes or costs more than $100 million. This boat we're about to show you cost $120 million.
Wasn't it only 110 million?
Only 110. Yeah. Well, when I show it to you, when Sue shows it to you, the superstructure above the flybridge that has 4 satellite domes, and all the software that's in them, that'd be worth 10 million. So it all depends what they've packed into the software. But we're sitting right on the dock as it leaves. We've had special clearance to come onto the dock. This is private, no one can come out here.
You're very special.
That's another song. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Radiohead sang that.
So true.
So we're doing this especially for Jan, aren't we?
Yeah, Jan.
Jan, who said she's not seen scenery. It's boring us talking. Sorry, we're not out on that. But this is the next best thing. When you see this thing go, you won't believe it. It is absolutely immense. It's about 250 feet long, I reckon. And they're just getting ready to sail. So we'll be back. Just thought I'd give you a sneak preview. The only boat I've ever seen that's got a dance floor on it. There it is there. They're just airing it out, waiting for the next venue, the next Stratford, the next rave party they're going to have on it. And that's the dance floor. You can't see how big that is, but that's as big as the living room of any house that you've been in.
And the radars are on.
They've got 2 radars, not just 1, 2 radars. And that would be those 4... Here it goes. It's pulling out. They can't be pulling out. It's still tethered to the. They're just testing the bow thruster and the stern thruster. So they haven't undone the ropes yet. So man's just testing it. So well, righto, we can show it now. So you can't see it. Wait till it goes past us. We'll put the camera. We'll sit here, and as it goes past, it'll take 5 minutes to go past. And then there's a very, very tricky 2 turns to get out here. They've had to wait till high tide to get it out, and they're just testing everything that it works. They've got a diesel engine, I'm told, that actually specifically is on the boat to work the bow thrusters, and another one down the back to work the stern thruster.
It was actually owned by originally owned by an Australian.
John Simons from Aussie Home Loans. How much money is in selling money? He was doesn't he lend money?
Yeah, loans.
Aussie Home Loans.
Aussie Home, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Just at what stage did old Johnny Simons think, well, I can just let 120 large go on a boat? And that's just before he starts living.
You're in the wrong industry.
Well, Jesus, lending money, that's extraordinary. Well, the time has come for this. This is 240 feet long, this boat. 245 feet long. Lunasea, you can look it up. And they're about to take it out through this channel here, which doesn't look tight, but let me tell you, I take my boat out of there and it's tight for my boat. So they've blocked off, you can see that over there, they've blocked off any other through traffic coming with that grey boat there on the corner, and another one here, just here. They are stopping boats coming in, so he'll need every bit of room that he can. So it's an impressive looking boat. The fenders on the side, they blow them up, and so they not bulky when they put them on, they deflate them, and then they have a obviously a pump that pumps them up when they get into port. So they just deflate and they fold them up and stow them under the hatch. So that is quite an impressive, that is just an extraordinary looking boat. I don't want to overemphasize it. That's the captain up there, we're told, but the captain is not allowed, I don't think, on the flybridge, while the pilot, the designated pilot from the Australian Maritime Awards people, I don't think he's allowed on the flybridge. The pilot is charged with taking it out, so you haven't got too many cooks spoiling the broth. So you just do not get an impression of how big that boat is. It is absolutely immense. So we'll just button off, and when it does a couple of turns here, we'll come back. Now, I can't tell you how, you've just got to see this to see how tricky this is. Any reasonably big boat finds it hard to get out of here, but this is an immense piece of judgment and seamanship to get this boat out of here. They've had to wait for high tide to get it out, and
anyone who's actually on their boat is actually out having a look at it.
yeah, there's everyone looking at it. It is spectacular. This is a world-class super yacht, doesn't matter where you go, and they are trying to, many people giving radio instructions as to when to turn it and when for the bow, and this is really a feat of skill. So they've negotiated the first turn, which was getting it out before the right angle turn. It's like an S-bend, but so they've got the stern and bow thrusters working overtime, 2 radars.
How many crew on board?
20 crew,
20.
Plus the captain, plus the pilot that's, as I say, gets off, I think, in Cairns. So while it's in Australian waters, I think that gives a fair indication of how big it is, although the camera doesn't do it justice. Then there's a flag that we just bought. I've bought a flag. We're wondering what the markings on that flag were. That's the ensign, but there's another marking on it of some other. You can just see down the bottom there, the flaps. You'll be able to see what that is there. We don't know what it is. We've looked it up, but we don't know what it is. So we'll just leave it until it till the stern faces it, and you'll see the width of it. Now, if you think this is boring, us showing you this, I repeat, this is so tricky to get this boat out of here. It's tricky to get any reasonably sized boat, that is any boat over 70 or 80 feet out of here, but this is 245 feet, and they've got to get it into the into the bend on the left, on the port side. They've got to drive it right over to the bend, stop it, and put one engine in reverse and the other in forward mode, so it turns on its actual axis. And bearing in mind that if the tide wasn't in, it would be aground by now. So there it is. It's a beautiful piece of machinery. So it's just manoeuvring now up before the last right angle turn, and that's the most critical turn the boat will have to, and it's from, you can see Lunasea from, I think it says Bloody Bay. I think it says there, if you can read that. From Bloody Bay. I don't know where Bloody Bay is, but it's bloody hard to get this thing out of here, let me tell you that. This is at the Coral Bay Marina, and I think this is its tender boat. This is the one just making sure that nothing goes awry before they make this turn, so they're spinning it on its axis as we speak. Well, it's completed its final turn, so it's now heading out between the red and green markers, green on the way out on the port side and red on the starboard side, because it's leaving port. It was coming in, it'd have red on the left and green on the right. So there it is. That is a really impressive sight as it goes behind the breakwater there, and the little tender keeping an eye on it. So there's Lunasea on its way to Indonesia via